Hey guys, my name is Parviz and here I want to talk about something very interesting. How baby learning can be effective in learning foreign languages for adults. I know it can sound weird, like baby learning by its definition can mean a method that only works for babies who are at that crucial age of being more predisposed to learning languages and everything else very easily. But this exact method can work out for everybody. And here, before telling my program that I worked out, I want to tell my life story. I want to tell something from my own experience. A couple of years ago, when I turned into a 7th grader, I used to attend general English courses, and for some pandemic and lockdown reasons, I had to quit it. And after that, I was only exposed to general English. I was listening to a lot of English songs and watching a lot of English movies. But at that time, my level wasn't that good. So even if my level wasn't as good as someone who could understand up to 80% of the English content, I was keeping listening to those songs and watching those movies. But after all, I decided to learn Arabic. I got interested in that language, but the thing was that I couldn't find an appropriate content in my own native language, which is Uzbek. So I decided to learn Arabic through English, in English, and then I searched Arabic lessons in English on YouTube and found a program. I bought that paid program, and after that, I started taking that program, which lasted 6 months. After 3 months of that program, I started understanding up to 80% of all what I was watching. But the trick was that if someone at that time stopped the track and asked me what the last word a speaker pronounced, I wouldn't be able to answer, because I didn't know its definition, its translation. I just knew that word in its context rather than its single definition. I was getting the general and overall meaning of what I was watching or I was listening to, but I wasn't able to come up with single definitions. And after that, I started taking IELTS classes, and I had very little difficulty doing listening tests and speaking compared to my counterparts. And I guess this exact thing helped me. And here now I want to talk about my general program. This exact program divides into 3 parts. First, for those who start from the scratch. Then it's for those who want to take this program as an addition to their main course. And for those who want to take it as a course plan. Very great thing about this program is that it can work out for everybody, no matter what level they are at. Like, for those who want to start from the scratch, I recommend them to watch a movie at night from 1 hour to 2 hours, and early in the mornings listen to a podcast in the field that they are interested in. So they will be exposed up to 4 hours. They will be exposed to English up to 4 hours every day, even if they don't understand anything. They just gotta watch or listen to that English content and just observe where native people emphasize some words or where they stop and how they pronounce some individual words. And this is gonna help them a lot. After a couple of months, maybe not on day 1, but on day 100, they're gonna understand what's going on, even without being able to read in that language and write. Like, maybe when it comes to watching movies, they get to try to find the link between what's happening on the screen and what those people are talking. So they start understanding what people say when something happens. Maybe they don't get that link on day 2, on day 3, on day 4. Maybe they just start understanding that link on day 5, maybe on day 100. But anyway, it's gonna work out for them. So without paying a penny, they can learn that foreign language, but it takes time for those who are starting from the scratch. And the second category is that for those who want to start as an addition to their main course. For example, they are advanced students, they are taking English classes is in a certain place, but they want to improve, but they want to accelerate their progress. So they can do it by again watching a movie, listening to a podcast. But for them, the additional thing to do is taking notes. They get to write every single new expression, every single new word, and they get to improve their lexical resource and grammatical range so that they can use a lot of new words, a lot of idioms the native people use naturally on those movies. And also they get to learn how to use certain grammatical formulas that they don't understand when they are reading them. And the last category is as a course plan. I know that the thing I've been talking until now is not a new thing, but for locals, for those who live in Bukhara, in my hometown, that's pretty strange, because in courses, just students who wanna learn English start with grammar. They are taught that damn grammar, which is pretty difficult, and then they start doing reading and things like that. But the thing is that you don't learn English through your eyeballs, you learn it through your ears. Spoken language is meant to be heard. Language is for communication, and that spoken language is meant to be heard. So now the reverse. In order to be able to speak, you should listen to that language, and then you can speak, and then you can communicate with natives. So as a course plan, I guess teachers should assign their students up to 10 movies and up to 10 series of podcasts each week to listen and take some notes and learn something pretty useful from them. So in that way, they can improve their English in a more fun way rather than starting learning English through grammar and reading books. Just imagine when you were a child learning your own language. You weren't learning it through books, through grammar rules. You were just listening to your parents and people around you, and you were repeating what they were talking about. That's it.